So, my name is Brian, and I am the second affirmative. I would like to recap some more points saying that people age differently, but regardless of how they aged, I have three quotes here that say that within that range, their elder people still cause more accidents. So, there's a quote here from older adult drivers from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, saying per mile traveled, fatal crash rates increase noticeably starting at ages of 70, 74, and are highest among drivers at age 85 and older. So this means that even if she said that people age differently, maybe some people lose their eyesight at 60 or have perfect vision at 70, there's still statistics showing that people in this age group cause more accidents. There's also another quote here saying that as drivers reach 7 years of age, their rates of accident and fatal crashes per mile driven rise and sometimes surpass the level of youngest, most accident-prone drivers. This means that they cause more accidents than the age group below them, meaning young people. And drivers of 85 years and older have the highest rate of fatal accidents of any age group, meaning that in the accidents they're more probable to die than any other age group. And she also said, or there's also a quote here saying that while the number of fatalities have seen a steady decline in recent years, seniors are still the age bracket of the highest number of fatalities, according to the 2008 Institute report. She's also mentioned something about teens being granted the right to drive at the age of 16, even though they might not be emotionally ready to drive. I have a quote here from Should Older Drivers Undergo Road Test from the San Jose Mercury News saying that the argument that younger drivers are just as dangerous is a separate issue. Generally, younger drivers have all the cognitive and physical capabilities to be safer drivers, but often are inexperienced and immature and lack good judgment. She also mentioned a point of cost and saying that it wouldn't be possible to retest such a large group. Quote here saying that if we require those above the age of 65 to renew their licenses yearly, there would be a great sum of revenue made. It was reported in 2009 there were 33 million licensed drivers 65 and older in the U.S. If we charge $1 or $2 more, we could use the revenue on the roads to make. We could use the money towards the roads to make it safer to both the elder and younger groups. As my partner emphasized, as you age, or emphasize on elder drivers not being as flexible. As you age, I have a quote here from the National Institute on Aging. As you age, your joints may get stiff and your muscles may weaken. Arthritis, which is common among older adults, might impact your ability to drive. These changes can and will make it harder to turn your head, to look back, turning the steering wheel quickly, or braking safely. Meaning that you may not be able to see an oncoming car if you're changing lanes, or you might not be able to prevent an accident due to lack of reflexes. She also mentioned something about elderly drivers recognizing that they are not capable of driving and prevent driving at night or prevent driving during conditions that they are not able to do so. But there is occasions where they have to drive, there's an emergency, there's no one available to take them on their daily routine, or they have to make some type of drive during the night. She also mentioned that they're more cautious driving, that they don't drink and drive. But regardless of that, as you get older, your reflexes might get slower. You might not react as quickly, as well as you get older, your hearing can change, making it harder to notice horns, sirens, or even noises coming from your own car. That can be a problem because these sounds warn you when you may need to pull over or get out of the way. So if you hear police coming from behind you and you don't hear it, you avoid moving out of the way and probably causing an accident. Your eyesight can also change as you get older. It might be harder to see people, things, or movement outside your direct line of sight. They may take you longer to read street or traffic signs or even recognize familiar places. At night, they may have trouble seeing things clearly, glare from oncoming headlights or street lights can be a problem, and depending on the time of day, the sun might be blinding to the elders, and this is all taken from the National Institute of Aging. I also have, she also mentioned that we lack statistics on the age group between 16 and 19. It says here that, it says in 2012, more than 5,560 older adults were killed and more than 214,000 were injured in motor vehicle crashes. This amounts to 15 older adults killed and 586 injured in crashes on an average every day. And lastly, she also mentioned that when they take prescription, there's readings on the back saying that they should not drive, that they should stay away from things like that, but it does not always guarantee that they will listen to these cautions. As maybe some of you in this class today, drinking is prohibited to the age of 21, and I'm sure many of you are under that age and still drink. Some of you may still smoke, even though the age will rise to 21 in the near future. And I would like to close by saying that even though people may age differently, there's still a probable cause of them having an accident, and there could be a positive revenue if we charge elderly yearly. And even though they take more cautions, there's still things that can prevent them from driving safely, like arthritis, as my partner mentioned. Thank you.